Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we're back to Stellaris No DLC Vanilla, and we're on to like 4.1. We're gonna keep pushing through here. We're gonna try and get the game going. We have started to define our borders pretty well here. We have the Talakiran hegemony to the east of us. We have a massive divide in the galaxy here. The galaxy is essentially split into two lobes or hemispheres, or two arms, if you want to say. So that's kind of a natural border force across the top. And we have run into the Iberian protectors. Those are a fallen empire, very ancient. We're going to do our best to not wake them up or poke them. And then, of course, down here, we've got the calf aliens who have seized Regulus, and we have found signs of them down here coming to the south. It looks like they're coming through this passageway. So we're kind of in a race to grab as much territory as we can, heading out from Cybin to the south, to the east, and obviously to the west on this lower portion. But although our space looks tiny relative to, say, the Talakiran, their stars are much more spread out. We're in a very densely packed area of space, so we have quite a few systems even relative to them. So it looks tiny, but there's a lot there. We've got a good number of colonies going, and let's just start running that clock. We'll run at fast speed here. We'll see how stuff's happening. Available council agenda. Wait, is that the same old dang council agenda? Hold on. We come in peace. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. One of these should be cooling down here pretty soon, though. Hold on, let's see. These are the launched agendas. Can we see how much cooldown is left on these? Infinite Opportunities was our first. It is on cooldown until 2232. A year away about. You see that right there? It will cool down and we'll be able to get Infinite Opportunities again, which is a happiness buff. So I'll take it when we can get it. But we've been without because we come in peace is not really very suitable for us. So it is what it is. So we'll dismiss that. We have some debris somewhere. Yeah, right here. Alien vessel debris, but we can't really get to it because it's got mining drones tucked in there. Powerful fleet. Probably we shouldn't have tangled with them, but we did. Water under the bridge. Space debris from our ships floating in space. What are you going to do? A microsingularity recently intersected Ejok I Delta, passed straight through the core and emerged on the other side of the moon. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but it has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study may be warranted. Fascinating, Captain. This gives a +3 physics to Ejok I Delta, which is, where's the Ejok system? Right there. That's cool. I'll take it. We got some stuff going on. Let me pause real quick. An odd factor. Oh boy. This is one of those loaded quest chains. I think I'm probably going to try and bail out of it. I'll let you people figure it out on your own. But it has some interesting kind of pain in the ass mechanics. Does it end up giving you something good? The odd factor? I'm going to leave it to you folks to figure that out. A group of investigators have found a hidden factory on Jarrell War Prime. The building in its state of decay tells us of an old civilization, one that excelled at constructing things that stood the test of time. Our population would easily be able to use the facility to add to the colony's production output. Intriguing. Add odd factory to Jarrell War Prime. Odd factory worker jobs +100. I have no choice but to say, cool. We'll run the clock forward here. I want to actually go take a look at Jarrell War if we can and see what's going on with that. All right there. So a couple things happening, but I just ran the month forward. I'm going to go to Jarrell War, and I want to see if there's an odd factory. They're not giving us the building for it. Oh, I could have sworn in the old version, like 3.1, I believe you would actually get a physical odd factory. Let's go to not the management, the economy tab. Question. Oh, there it is, the odd factory. Cool. All right, let's see what it does. Oh, it is. Look at this, like a little weird castle. It looks like it's from an older version of Stellaris. I mean, like if this was Stellaris 2, it looks like that's Stellaris 1 from like the 1990s or something. I love that artwork right there. Little castle peak. None of our people are employed, and it looks like it would produce alloy. Oh. Well, I'm almost tempted to put people into the job just to see what it does. Can I? Hold on. I dropped a couple people. It's not letting me put anyone in there. Huh. All right. I'm not going to fiddle with it too much. I think it maybe yields alloy for you, but we'll see what happens, folks. It's going to blow up in our face. We analyzed more debris in hostile fleet present. Where is this? All right, hold on. Let me zoom out here. Our fleet just popped in, and we are at the Zandaban system. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we can take these guys. Yeah. We actually have 2 fleets there. We sent in 2K. All right, let's just watch them move in here. They should chop these guys up pretty handily. Ancient life pod popped up. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Eject I Charlie. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from the pod's mothership exploded. And preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the ISS Wise managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of the claws was a small picture of another individual of the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Interesting. That nets us a bunch of society research. I'll take that. Here was watching this combat real quick. You can see over here, this is our big cruiser standing off, right? Whereas our little corvettes are in the mix there with those drones. And we did win. No problem. We're going to bounce out of there. And yeah, let's send a science ship in there to analyze that debris. Do we get debris? Fleet combat stats, debris analyzed. At Ditram. Okay. We'll see if we get debris there. I'm not sure. It doesn't pop up immediately. And we finished a technology research. Fantastic. Naval capacity plus 25. As extrasolar expeditions become more common, it is important to provide planet-side relief for returning fleets. Naval cap increases. New research. You can see up here we popped up to 59, so we can build a lot. We can functionally double our fleet. So that's good. I'll take it. And we're locked in here at society again. We could go straight for more naval cap. Very expensive, though. That would take us a decade kind of thing to do 6,500. But it would be more naval cap. We have chemical bliss. Now, this purple here is a rare technology. It pops up. We may never see it again. But what does chemical bliss do? It allows us to set the chemical bliss living standard, which... How do I see what it is? Oh, I didn't actually need to check it. Click it. Yeah. Do I want to do that? No, I'm going to change the research. I don't think chemical bliss is suited that well for us. It obviously buffs up some things and reduces other things. And this piece of art looks like some syringes and some pill bottles, and that is one of like the fungoid creatures. Looks like it's passed out maybe on a pillow or something. Those are its little arms. So it's just laying there in its own drool and drugs. That is a great piece of artwork. Sorry, it is. And then we have 2 ocean ecology and dangerous wildlife maneuver. Those are blocker clears. I don't know that we need those right now. Crap. I'm going to go for the naval cap then, because I'm not really that impressed with any of the rest of these. So it'll take us 63 months. All right, we're going to get a whole lot of naval cap going on here, folks. In the meantime, we have the ISS Kugan has no orders. Oh, I would have thought they would be surveying that system. Let's have them do that. Survey Ditchram since we're there. And we have another science ship. The ISS Free Pearl is also with no orders. Okay. I guess we can send them to survey Zandaban, or do we want to race on? We got to be careful. Look, there's calf aliens at Unaria here, and Troidum has more mining drones. I don't really want to send a science ship in there. They're just going to run their asses out anyway. So yeah, we will send them the Free Pearl on. Let's see. We'll survey Ditchram first, just to try and get it done as quick as we can. Maybe from there we could jump out and grab one of these systems potentially. Although there's 2K mining drones at Troidum there, so I don't think we're going to necessarily be getting in a fight with them. For the meantime, let's send our fleets back for repair to the Fu A station. I think it's our nearest shipyard. So speaking of shipyards, it's probably not a bad idea to build up some other star bases at this point. Because kind of anytime we find a definite boundary of our civilization, especially when it's adjacent to an alien civilization, we want to have like a star base there, get a little bit of defensive firepower built up. So we will look into that right after this special event. Feral behavior. Reports from our outer colony on Wegmore Prime claim that there's been an increase in feral behavior. Apparently parts of the population have expressed hitherto unprecedented levels of lust and aggression, and no one knows why. Carry on. Plus 10 crime, minus 10 happiness, plus 20 pop growth speed. Oh my gosh, sounds like something right out of Firefly here. Reavers, oh boy, I don't like that so much. I'm going to pause though so we can just look at a few things. The CAF aliens are in the Ditchram system with us right now. That looks like a survey ship to me. I hope. So most likely they're going to head straight towards a planet. Hold on. Let's just observe their behavior. Hold on. Yes, I can. So look, if they were headed to the star, it would be to build a star base, right? To claim the system. But you can see here that trajectory is clearly taking them to start surveying the planets. That's cool. All right, we'll back out here. We have starbase completed at Dwumgar and Edelmar. Oh, fantastic. Those just popped up. Let's take a look. Where are we at here? Yeah. We just put star bases here blocking off the CAF aliens from getting to us in this area of space. We may put another star base down in the Ditchram system. We have two, so our science ships are both surveying it right now. We'll get a constructor down there. We'll claim it, hopefully. But we are... As I was stating before, we're in a race, though, for all these systems. Initially, earlier on in the game, it was like, oh, race ahead, beat the aliens to these boundaries, right? So you can claim as much space as you can. Absolutely, that's a brilliant idea, except that you can't do it in all directions. So whatever direction you race off into, north, south, east, west, north, south, east, west, I'm inverted, you will be giving up ground somewhere else. You just can't. You don't have enough influence in the game to claim as quickly as you'd want to in all directions. So you're not going to seize every boundary you'd ever want. It just ain't going to work. Short of save scumming and maybe like searching out the most direct routes to all the points you want to capture, and then reloading back to year one, and then starting there, and then you ignore all branches so that all of your surveying and all of your influence claims, all your influence costs from claims, claiming star bases, are in a straight line. Like as few pearls on the necklace, on the string of pearls, as possible to get to what you want. But how can you do that if you don't cheat? You can't. You're going to go down false paths. So, listen, don't get me wrong. There are ways to drive down the influence cost even more than we have. And you can get it pretty low. But even then, you're limited by the number of science ships. And even then, you only have so much influence. So, I wouldn't, don't fixate. Don't chase after things in the game, if possible. You got to try and play loose and just kind of take what comes at you. But, yeah, we have our two new star bases. What do we want to do there? Let's probably throw a ship repair on one of them. Maybe Dwumgar. I don't think it really matters. It doesn't really matter. Here, let's do this. Let's do a gun battery on one and a shipyard on one. And then in the buildings, let's get a hydroponics bay. Actually, yes, because look, we are kind of at a little deficit of food. This that -4 will be more than taken care of here by the +10 food we get. Awesome. So they'll have those done in no time. And the other starbase, let's do a gun battery and how about a solar panel network? Ooh. Yeah, we don't need two shipyards right next to each other. But the solar panel network is very similar to the hydroponics bay. So for no upkeep, you will get a base 6 energy. And you're like, oh my gosh, no upkeep, it's free. Well, it's not really. You notice the hydroponic bay yields 10 food. The solar panels yields 6 energy with no upkeep, but that's because the upkeep is energy. So if you just in your head were to say, well, the upkeep would be a base of 1, then ultimately this is really more like a 7 energy solar panel because you're getting the upkeep for free. I'll take it. I'll take 6 free energy. What the heck? And actually, it's a little more. It's 6.6 because of our field modulation. So I'll take it. And then I will jump into buildings, and we will do another hydroponic bay. Yeah, we can't do a nebula refinery right now, although I'd love to. Why can't we? Requires because requires the system inside of a nebula. We're not inside of a nebula. Could we start harvesting the exotic gases? Oh my gosh. We're going to look into that. Here, let's get the hydroponic bay queued. So within a year, those will both be done. That's in really good shape. Trying to think if this is nebula. This bluer gas sometimes, I think, is nebula. Yeah, here we go. So this is Foo Station, or Foo System, is inside of a nebula. Let's click on our star base. What do we got on there? A trade hub. Oh, in a nebula refinery. Oh, okay. I'm confused. The nebula refinery we have built is generating minerals, and it will generate exotic gases once we have unlocked the exotic gas harvesting technology. So it's there, but it's not getting it for us yet. If we look over here, we have no strategic resources. But okay, that's good to know. We might also be able to eventually, if we have a lot of overhead, which we do, I think like Elisa is in a nebula. Yeah. You know, we could build a starbase here just to get the solar panels and the nebula refinery and use it as just a production hub, potentially. Should we do that? Do we have enough alloy to fiddle with it? Let's try it. Yeah, let's do it. Here, 185 alloy. That's fine. We're gaining a good amount. And so essentially we're building 2 star bases right next to each other. No big deal. We'll do it. Listen, we have some systems to claim, and we are probably going to build a star base at Ditchram. If I got to be really honest, we're only going to be able to claim so many systems here. We have to assume that the CAF aliens are coming in from the west or the left side. They're building this way, right? Because we see them surveying. So presumably they're backfilling. But yeah. There's some interesting stuff going on. Let's run that clock forward. And let me reduce my military fleet here. I want to just see our science ships. Okay, hold on. We may have some pause ships. The WISE doesn't look like it's doing anything right now. Okay. Whoa, violence on the rise. The feral behavior of Wegmore Prime shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. In fact, it has risen since the last report. Promiscuous and violent acts happen all the time, and a large part of the population seems to be affected. This is getting out of hand. Okay. Rowdy Bunch modifier added. This is crime plus 25%, happiness minus 25%, growth speed plus 35. I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do about that. We may need to make sure we have police and forces on the planet. Like the 25% crime or plus 25 crime is a lot. This is not a joke. So let's go to the Wegmore Prime. Getting out of hand. We're paused. Let's jump into the planet here. There we go. Okay, here we go. Surface. Rowdy Bunch. A fair amount of inhabitants are openly behaving like wild beasts. Okay, let's look at our crime. Interesting. It's not coming from pause, but it is. I don't understand why it's saying 0% there, right? It should be 25, unless this is maybe a little glitch carryover from the old version, like they never modified this event. Possibly there's little things that didn't get picked up, but I just don't understand why we're not seeing the crime there. What would it be affecting? Let's just see here. High crime can trigger negative events and lower stability. Okay, crimes influenced by large populations can be reduced by increasing happiness, by assigning pops and jobs such as enforcers, police. But here's the thing. Our stability doesn't seem to be affected. So Is our growth affected? Sorry, I'm just wondering if like this is just like a fake effect, like it's just for the storytelling purposes. Maybe it is a glitch where they haven't programmed it to translate over into actual crime effects in the 4-point version of the game. But are we getting the 35% pop growth? I love that. I actually would love pop growth speed. Let's go to management. Here we are. Let's expand. Is it giving us numbers? It's not really giving us a breakdown here, is it, folks? No. It's not. Okay. Up here. Here we go. Growth. I am not seeing any modifiers on there. Okay. That's fine. So, long story short, it seems that there are a couple of broken events. That's fine. It's no big deal. Fleet combat, where? Oh, shit. Are we going to go for it? Oh, shit. We just took out the CAF alien science ship. Oh, my lord. We're pacifists. Oh, did I not set that fleet to... Oh, shit. Hold on. Are they set to aggressive? Let's check the fleet stance here, folks. Attack target. Attack target. Attacking a neutral target will make them hostile against us. Yeah, no shit. Fleet stance passive. Fleet stance passive. So we attacked them because they had attacked us. Oh. Oh, shit. I don't know that I want to go to war with these guys, but could we push the CAF aliens back? Hold on. I'm gonna try this. I know we're pacifists, but it seems like they've come at us first. Here, this could work to our behavior slightly. Oh, we haven't opened up relations with the CAF aliens. Oh, that's not a bad thing. Oh, I'm gonna send the fleet in because unless they have a power, if these are only constructors in science ships, we can beat their asses back. We can push them back and maybe get these systems for ourselves. So yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll just advance one system at a time because we do need to be a little cautious. This is like our entire fleet here. So speaking of which, we need more alloy. Oh my gosh. We need more alloy. We need so much more alloy because we need a lot more ships. Okay. One thing at a time. What's the ISS-Ys doing? They're sitting there with their thumbs in their bums doing nothing. Okay, so couple of options now. We've reached our boundaries to the east and to the west. There's not really much more to explore. We can start backfilling, so we could like go to Uzon here, and it looks like Fritty up here, right? We could backfill. We have some level 8 anomalies, right? Here. They're sprinkled around. And we also have a couple of archaeological sites. So we could definitely take a science ship to go take care of those at this point. We already have 2 science ships down to the south. That's probably enough to survey forward. How long would it take to get the science ship down here? Well, if I click on them and I say move here, is that going to... 607 days. You know what? Let's get all of our science ships to the south. Let's do as much surveying as we can and try and grab as much of the space as we can. Yeah, what the heck? We'll backfill later. All right, so that takes care of the science ships. What are our constructors doing? Here at Wegmore? All right. And here at Dwumgar. Yeah, let's send the Fear No Spaceborne to develop a couple of stations. Like we have Ejok has some science and Edelamar has some trade. So let's do shift, build research, shift, build mining. We're mining for trade. All right, so they'll take care of those. And then the ISS Conway needs a job to do. We have some trade in minerals at Oridetis. Let's have them do that. So we will grab them, and we will come to grab that. We will mine that. Oh, and there's a level 10 there. Holy cows. And we will mine that. Our constructors have something to do. And yeah, we're a little bit torn here in terms of which directions we build out. But one constructor ship, Bones of a Dead Star, no orders. Let's have them start. Let's have them move on to Escaminza real quick and grab the best mineral deposit there and then move them on to Ditram. I mean, yes, do I want to like... Oh no, they got to claim one at a time. Oh shoot. We need them to claim Cyban. I keep thinking we can claim Ditchrum, but we can't. We actually have to claim Cyban, then Excaminza, then Ditchrum, and then we go as far to the west and the east as we can in a race against the aliens. So, yeah, they need to build the starbase at Cyban right now. Good news is that our influence is down to 52 per claim. We put some of our traditions into getting that. What did we end up doing? That we did Interstellar Dominion with our Ascension perk. So that's a choice, right? We have several picks. What's the best one? Well, cheaper starbase influence cost. So, and empire size from systems minus 50%. That's not a bad thing. That actually, considering we have quite a few systems, that actually helps out a good amount up here, reducing our total empire size from systems by a total of 75%. So instead of it being 20, it's 15. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I guess the systems don't cost that much, but it's a good savings. It's a good savings. FYI, since we're sitting at empire size of 141, we're 41 past 100 right now. You can see that the detriment of that is right in the middle there. At our current empire size, we have the following modifiers: technology costs plus 8%, tradition adoption costs plus 8%. So it is costing us more and more there because we're getting a little bit bloated, but there's not much else we can do about it. Okay, so that's cool. We've got quite a few star bases and stations going. All of our civilian ships have a job. Yeah, everyone's doing something. And got a moderate amount of minerals. Listen, our food's going to get taken care of. Consumer goods are going to need to get addressed, though. So let's look at that in here in a moment. I noticed we have a situation log. What's the situation? We have, of course, the two archaeological sites are just waiting at the top. Calf aliens, we are currently trying to do first contact. Cool. Precursors of the Cybrex. We haven't done any of those yet, but listen, if I'm not mistaken, those are the rare anomalies. See that X, that yellow X there? What else do we have? They're like that red 8. I'm pretty sure those are the Cybrex anomalies, if I had to guess. So if we dig into those, it'd probably be pretty valuable. We'll want to tackle that, but we'll have very soon. The aliens are going to define our borders for us, and then that'll kind of be it on that exploration race. And at which point we'll come back, we'll backfill. We'll get all those hard anomalies. We will do our archaeological sites, and we'll get some really good benefits from those with our science ships. So, okay. Anything else in anomalies, though? Debris. Yeah, we can't get that. Debris. I think we have plenty of time to pick those up yet. 1,800 days and 1,700 days. Yeah. We just can't get to the one at Vicure there. And the drone study is going ahead. 30 months left. Okay, that's good. Maybe we can pacify mining drones or whatever the hell. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know as spiritualists if it's going to give us the option to be friendly with them, because we don't like robots. We don't like artificial life. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. This is madness. The situation on Wegmore Prime has spiraled out of control. A staggering number of inhabitants are now infected with whatever is causing this feral deluge, and the colony has started to break down because of it. Something needs to be done, or Wegmore Prime will be lost. Well, do something. Special project rooting out the problem. Yeah, we have to deal with it. I'm pretty certain that at Wegmore Prime you can't just get rid of the factory. Oh, the factory's already gone. Oh, okay. It's on Wegmore, right? Yeah, it's on Wegmore. Devastation's 90%, folks. Oh my lord. Let's look at the devastation. This is the first time this has popped up for us. Effects of planet devastation: housing minus 49%, amenities minus 49%, resources and jobs minus 50, upkeep from jobs minus 50 in a good way? Question. Pop growth speed minus 50. Yeah, I mean the colony is in utter collapse here. This really sucks. I see the crime has now popped over. Great. I don't know what we're supposed to do about this. Do we have enforcer positions? Medical workers, artisans, and then just regular workers. That's frustrating. I'm frustrated because I didn't see any options at any point. There was only ever one button to click. It's not like we say, oh, do this or do this. It's just like, you just gave us a bad event that just kept getting worse. So it's kind of like, is that fair? It's just bad luck, I guess, is what it represents. It's like, what am I supposed to do about it? I guess I could build a police precinct to reduce the crime. Is that what I'm supposed to do? I really don't know, legitimately. But let's do feral overload. Here we go. Rooting out the problem. It's going to take 5 months. Obviously, we're going to do it 5 months. We don't have a choice. It pauses our other scientific researches, which kind of sucks. But we'll have that by May, it looks like, of the year 2232. We should have some solution, I'm hoping. Okay, hold on. So look, we got here to Unaria. Let's send our fleet on. We might get a little row here, folks. But we haven't made peace with them yet, so we can try and blast away whatever ship that is. Voidware Mary got a meticulous trait. Very cool. Let's click on her. What is meticulous? Anomaly discovery chance plus 10%. Oh, fantastic. I'll take it. And she is surveying. Yeah, so she's out there. So her chances of finding anomalies are even better. Is she at Ditchroom? Yeah. Right. Yeah, she's at Ditchroom. Okay. She's at the cutting edge of our scientific explorations. So that's very nice. Our food situation will fix itself once those hydroponic farms are done. We're still working on gun batteries. That's fine. What are we going to do about our consumer goods, though, folks? Let's go to our factory world. Here we go. We don't have a lot of people. This is Wegmore. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. Shoot. I was just like... Wegmore is so... They're so hosed up, you guys. Let's throw in a civilian industry, though. I mean, do we have people to work the jobs? Hold on. I'm looking here. Artisans are loaded up. We have medical workers. We have a little bit of colonists left doing colonist stuff. I don't know that shifting over would help us that much, or do we build the district up? If we duplicate the district, we will get 1,100 more housing, 100 more artisan jobs, and minus 200 housing. Okay. That's 450 alloy, or sorry, mineral. Or we just build the civilian industries for 360 minerals for 200 jobs. Let's do that one just because it's cheaper on the minerals cost. It kind of sucks because we don't really have people to put into those jobs right now, and we do need to fix our consumer goods, which are cratering on Wegmore. We need civilians to ship around. Let's jump back to Fula. Let's start at the top here. Fula, no civilians available. Bummer. Next, we go to Isius, no civilians. Elysia, no civilians. We're keeping everyone pretty well employed. That's cool. We have a bunch of jobs available, not civilians available. Technician jobs are loaded up. Yeah, from our generator districts. That's cool. But they don't have anyone to spare. Plenty of energy. Wegmore here is, of course, struggling to grow population at this point. Jarrell War is also got lots of jobs in the medical worker / colonists. Oh, there's the odd factory. Oh, that's a different thing. We do have workers in the odd factory. What's that doing for us? Hold on. I was confusing the Wegmore with the odd factory stuff. What are we getting out of this? Alloy and trade. That's good. I'm afraid, though, because I know the odd factory can have bad outcomes. Crud. I want the alloy so bad. I'm so greedy. What's going to happen to our workers? We will... I could reduce some people out of here and put them into, say, like, some other job. It's ecclesiastical center. Why don't we have priests going here? What the heck's going on? Come on, you guys. Hold on. We need priests. Specialization available? Yes, please. Here, let's do this. We've got the minerals. Is one of these an archives? Let's see. What does archives do? That gives you physicists, engineering, biologists, priests. So it's kind of an all roundabout for your brainiacs. You can do a research enclave, where you could specialize in a given physics, society, or engineering. Here we go. Spiritualist enclave. Priest jobs plus 100, housing minus 200, building slots plus 3. Boom. Let's lock it in. We'll have that shortly. Should we do other specializations? Probably so. Hold on. Let's look at Castor, Generator District. They have generator support latched in. Okay, that's what's giving them so many damn generator jobs. That's cool. I like that. No building slots with that. It's questionable. Oh, I don't like that so much. What else? Raltree's Ecclesiastical Center as well. Let's do the specialization for them. Spiritual Enclave, and we do get the 3 building slots with that, so that is good. I'm surprised though at Castor Prime. I guess when I clicked in generator support and saw the resources produced would be improved by 20%, and we get 50 trader jobs. It's hyper specializing Castor Prime to be a generator district, but I made the assumption we would get the 3 building slots. We don't. It would tell us if we did, because as you've noticed here, if we go to like Raltree, and you mouse over this, it says building slots plus 3. So we're sacrificing 3 building slots to get the generator support for the time being. We might undo that later. I think you can undo it, and we could put in something that would get us building slots in the future, potentially. What else do we got? Wegmore Prime, Civilian Industries, they've already got built out. They're specialized. Industrial Heavy Industries. Isius Prime is mining support right there. And again, we don't get the buildings. So, lesson learned. Lesson learned. You make sacrifices doing that. But, okay. Let's see what happens with Wegmore. We can always throw in more mixed industry, civilian industries here if we need to. But we're out of people to work the jobs. We probably actually need more jobs here, to be quite honest with you. More priest jobs? Anyone? Let's do... Actually, we really could use more priest jobs. Let's do another city district. Let's push this up to 5 of 19. There we go. So our worlds are pushing forward a little bit. Let's run that clock.
Construction complete.
Excellent. We got Cyban claimed. We're closing that down. We need Alloy and Influence to claim Escaminza. Let's go for it. Shit. Oh, dude, are they going for Bastamore right now? I'm really torn as to whether or not we should try and race out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we going to get that before they get to Hauer and Yunka? Or do we go south? The thing is that the Talacurans are much more friendly to us. So I would rather take more away from the Calf aliens. I'd rather, steal from them. Possible. I'm curious, though. Our fleet's going to jump through pretty shortly and get in a fight with the Calf aliens. What's going to happen? Well, you know what? Listen, we need to claim... I'm worried about nothing. We have to claim Escaminza before we go to the east or the south. So, simple enough. We'll have the influence pretty soon. Yeah, let's send them down. Just move here for now. Hopefully by the time they get there, we'll have the 52 influence we need. We're going to run that clock forward. We got a constructor moving. We have science ship moving. Oh, shit's happening here, folks. Council agenda available. Ooh, no longer on cooldown. Here we go. Infinite opportunities. Yes, we're going to launch that agenda. It's been a long while. And what else do we got going on? First contact event pending. Our efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the Calf aliens have paid off, and we finally made a breakthrough. While our mastery of their language may not be complete, we have managed to successfully open diplomatic channels with the civilization we now know to be the Free Estwanian Confederacy. On screen, influence gain 62. That's awesome. That's an entire system right there. That's like Dittmer, whatever, Dittmer system, just with that. Plus a little surplus. That's awesome. Ends the first contact procedure with them. Intel on them is set to 20. Awesome. On screen, we consider your species a grave menace to our kind, Babaki. Unless you can demonstrate that you are no threat to us, our past attacks will be just to start off hostilities between our civilizations. Whoa, okay. We are going to be peaceful. Peace be with you, Estwani. Yeah. And their opinion of us goes up by 50. Cool. That ends that shenanigans. I wonder if we could still attack their constructor. It's so hard to play pacifist when you just want to kill, kill, kill. Can we run them out of here? Hold on. I want to see. Oh, they're moving away from us. Yeah. Where are they going? They're going this way. And Anaxidor? Okay. There's no planets here. There's a planet here. Ocean world. Ugh. And continental world. Interesting. So, realistically, there's 2 worlds within our grasp right now. Oh, why did that disappear? Oh, no, it did disappear. It's yellow. It's just hard to see. So the question is, which one can we get more easily? Listen, we're going to claim Escaminza right now, right? Boom. We also have enough influence for the next claim. Ditchrum to Troidum, but we don't have a good way to get those mining drones out of there. I know I sent our fleet back for repairs, but a 2K fleet against a 2K fleet would have been a total clusterfudge. We would not have fared well. Maybe we should pull our Stardust Corsairs back around here at this point. Ah, gosh dang it. We probably should. Here, let's pull them back around to Fue. Right? There we go. All right, we'll move them back. We are so weak on fleet power, but we need alloys to build more ships. I don't know which way to go. We'll wait. We'll wait to see what happens here. Borders closed? Oh, you sons of beeps. Oh, there's their defined border right there. Okay. And they sent their constructor back to us? No, they're still leaving. Okay. Well, I think we should close our borders. We should reciprocate with them. So let's do this. We have allowed you to move through freely about our territory for too long. Today we draw that line. All right, they're closing their borders to us. We're going to go to contacts and we're going to reciprocate. So here are the free Estwanians. We will go to diplomacy. Down here, close borders. Yeah, there you go. Confirm. And I'm sure at some point they're going to declare us rivals. If they do that to us, we'll try to do that back to them. I'm hoping we can as pacifists. We'll find out. I have no doubt that's going to be their next play, though. They do not like us. Last month, their relationship changed by a +5 to us. That's good. They are harming our relations. They're deliberately harming relations with us. Well, shit. Hold on. Let's do one other thing. Can we go into diplomacy and we're going to improve relations? That's right. We're going to take Big Alex there and say, work on those relations, bro. Help us out here. So they're doing that. Savage spores. Okay. The investigation of the strange and wild behavior currently besetting Wegmore Prime has been completed. In the vast network of cave tunnels that permeates the planet's crust, an enigmatic fungus has been found. It grows all over the caves, floors, walls, ceilings, and stretches out for thousands of miles. The fungus frequently releases spores that are vented out of the caves. For what purpose has not been established, but we know for certain that it causes primitive behavior in our species, releasing primal urges within. We can try to find a useful application for this phenomenon, or we can exterminate the fungus altogether. Live or let die. Oh, shoot. So we're going to issue one of 2 special projects here. Either utilize the cave mushrooms or exterminate the cave mushrooms. I would rather let them live as pacifists. I think something interesting will happen either way, but yeah, we're going to issue the special order to live in. So we're going to pause. We're going to try and find a way to utilize them. Here we go. You see we're in the Feral Overlord event chain now. That's what these little subcategories are for. Now, the check mark means we've completed the first one. Rooting out the problem is completed. We're going to go to the next one, which will be 9 months. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. Research. And we don't got anything else going on here. That's fine. I'm going to make sure our science ships are, in fact, still surveying. Okay. And we have an anomaly just popped up. Oh, fantastic. Oh, dang, I didn't realize we sent the Atalanta up here, I guess, to get a better look at this tundra world planet. So what's the anomaly here? Signs of precursor activity. There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. It is a hard one to do. It'll take 600. But you know what? They're already kind of up here in the middle of nowhere. We'll have them investigate it now. It's not the best use of their time, but they're kind of far away from everything else. I guess they're going to do that, and then they're going to probably go over here and survey the Yuzun system as well. So, fine. There are backfillers at this point. Let them backfill. I don't care.
Construction complete.
However, did our fleets get repaired? Yes. Oh shit! We sent one fleet off. No, we built up a little fleet. Fantastic. Let's slam them in down here to Ofang. We're going to send them on the way. And, of course, we have the other fleet coming along. Now, let's just open up our military fleets. The Raspy Rapscallions have slight damage. They're okay for now. We'll let them sit. Yeah, I kind of want to try and intimidate the Calf aliens from coming any further if possible, right? We leave the mining drones there for them to contend with. We're still working on our mining drone project, so maybe we can pacify them and then jump, claim, and then get that planet, possibly. Where do we go after this one? Oh, we're so close. All right, we're going to let them keep going there. Starbase complete. Oh, fantastic. This is Elysia. Hey, you know what? We know we want specifically solar panel. And we're out of alloy. Can I buy some alloy? I have a lot of energy. I don't need alloy right now. I'm gonna need. I think if we're gonna buy it, we need to save it for our claims here. Let's just keep going though. We'll just, as we need to build new star bases. That's probably where we need to focus in on our alloys right now. But I'll take the extra energy. I'm actually really surprised our food. Are these guys still building these stations? Yes, they're still building the damn shipyards. Gosh dang. Here we go. Research complete. Fusion reactor. Nuclear fusion processes generate a great amount of power for ships, but without many of the risks associated with fission power. Do research. Just checking our time. 47 minutes. All right. Remember, Voidborn Mary is particularly gifted at field manipulation, so that's good. Field dynamic center. Improved deflectors. Mining drone lasers. That's a little expensive, to be fair. Colony development speed, we don't need that even right now. Blue lasers. So here's the thing. You could go for mining drone lasers. Let's just take a look here. Power usage 7. Damage 8 to 14. Average. Let's look at average damage. 4.72. So it's 7 usage for 4.72. The blue laser, 7 power usage for 3.07. Oh my. No kidding. Wow. That's interesting. What's the other difference? So I bet the mining drone probably cuts through armor really good, if I had to guess. Type energy. That's not telling me what it chews through. Oh yeah, down at the very bottom. Sorry. Minus 50% to shield damage, plus 50% to armor and hull. Yeah, it's a mining drone laser. It's for cutting up asteroids, right? That's literally what it's for. Let's look at the blue laser. The blue laser is minus 50 to shield damage, plus 50% to armor, plus 25% to hull. So, yeah, the mining drone laser is a good weapon for cutting up ships, and cutting up mining drones at any rate. It does a lot of damage, and it does extra. You got to be a little cautious. You kind of want to go down one track or the other. We could also play into Voidborn Mary's strengths and go for improved deflectors and just get really good shields. And you're playing defensively. You're playing as the pacifist? Question mark. Improved reactors. Unlike the dynamic field center. Gosh, is this something we would want? It's not. We just really are not going for physicists. Yeah, no, we're not. We're not going to do that one. So what? Improved deflectors. How quick could she get that? I'm equivocating. I'm so sorry. Now, let's go for the mining drone lasers. Let's get a decent weapon. Yeah. At some point, that would become deprioritized with better blue lasers, but screw it. Get a little bit of firepower. Oh, here we go. Rivalry claimed. Yes. Let us end this charade. You bastards. Here we go. No problem. Let's see if we can do it back to them. We're going to go to the Free Estuanians. We're going to do diplomacy and declare rivalry. This is actually a good thing to do. Having them as our rival will give us a half of an influence per month. And may make their other rivals friendlier towards us. Confirm. Sweet. Screw you guys. Yeah, here we go. Falling intel, yeah, like we're closing borders. We're like completely collapsing our diplomatic relations with them. However, that should give us a little bump up here on our influence. It hasn't shown the rivalry yet. Here we go. There we go. It just popped in there. So that managed to push us up to 2.89. Yeah, we're losing so much because of our migration pact, research agreement, commercial pact, defensive pact. Is there a way to consolidate those? Could we do an alliance with them? You know, we should look into that, right? If we jump over to our Unity, oh shit, I'm thinking we're gonna go into the diplomatic tradition next, right? I think that would make sense. We're pacifists. I think we kind of have to play to not wanting to fight wars because I don't think we're good at it. Curious, though. Curious what I should go for. Gosh, dang it. Okay, we need to make a decision here. Here's the problem. Troydom is well defended by those mining drones. It's closer. It's only 2 systems to try and claim that planet, which I would like, verse 1, 2, 3, but there's no resistance going this way. Let's go for it. Shit, let's go this way. Hold on. Let's go to Rana. I mean, our influence is sitting pretty good. We're going to try and grab them, folks. We're going to get as far as we can this way. Only because I don't have a good way to clear out those mining drones. We're working on the dang project with them. But we still have 20 months to go. Maybe it would pacify the mining drones, but there's no guarantee it will. So, okay. What else we got going on here, folks? We're just waiting to see what happens on Wegmore. We have an enemy fleet coming in, sitting at 3,200.
System survey complete.
That is not great, folks. We're gonna watch. If they close in with our fleet, we may have to back our fleet out of there. We're gonna see what happens. That is done though. So now our science ships can do other stuff. Great. Let's push them forward to Unaria. I think even well, that would help with our mining drone laser, wouldn't it? Shit. How many systems are? It's relatively small. We're not really going this way. Here we go. Let's break them up like this. Let's send our ship, Voidborn Mary, to Unaria to survey the system. Just because we might get more anomalies. I don't think we're ever going to get the Unaria system claim, but we're going to try and grab some anomalies. She's good at detecting them, right? And then we will have the ISS Free Pearl grab these debris fields because it may help push our mining drone laser project we're sitting at 69 months. It might help complete some of that. So we will see if that'll push it forward. I'm actually curious if you're already working on technology, if you can gain the 10% boost to it by picking up debris, getting research. We'll find out together. Okay, hold on. Can I see what their fleet's doing? Yeah. I want to see if their fleet's coming towards us or if their fleet's maybe heading down to the Troydom system to destroy those mining drones. Possibly. Question. Here we go, though. An odd factor. No reports of any problems have been issued from the odd factory at Jorwell Prime. It seems like the colony will maintain the projected production estimates. Good. Yeah, it is. It's alloy. I want it. Yes, and you can see clearly that their fleet is headed off towards the mining drones. Not towards our fleet, which is my preference for the time being. I see a science ship coming in this way, probably because we destroyed their last science ship. Whoops. Here we go. Abandoned terraforming equipment. Since our initial settlement of Raltri Prime, several anomalies in the planet's biosphere have been discovered. I'm just going to point out we're getting a ton of planet-side events popping up, which is pretty cool. The ecosystem is unstable and has not developed according to projected models for a world of this type. Our scientists suspect outside tampering, and these suspicions have now been confirmed. A few of our colonists have stumbled upon a large underground terraforming complex that was built thousands of years ago. The equipment was apparently deactivated in the middle of the terraforming process, leaving the planet's biosphere in its current unfinished state. If we supply enough power, we should be able to reactivate the machinery. There is no telling what the end result will be, however. Who could have built this? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is exciting. Begins the abandoned terraforming project event chain. It'll issue 2 projects: resume the process of terraforming or dismantle the equipment. Oh, I'm so excited. Hold on. Back out of here. System survey. Yeah, that's done at Titram. Very cool. Here, let's just jump up the situation log. We're almost out of time for today. Abandoned terraforming project is one of 2 options. We can't do both. So, dismantling the equipment theoretically would give us some alloys and minerals, maybe a technology boost, or we can resume the process. Oh my gosh, which of these do we want to do? Well, this makes it a little easier. Look, our drone study is using our engineering already. So if we were to try and dismantle, it would interrupt the drone study. So let's just... Oh, we're utilizing cave mushroom research? Okay. Those are going to have to sit. We can't choose either yet. We're going to wait for one of the projects to complete, and then Starbase construction complete. There's our solar panels. Very nice. Do I have enough alloys? I don't. I need to keep all the alloys I got. Or do I? No, I have enough alloys for one more claim. I could do more solar panels, or no, I want Nebula Refinery. Ooh. Oh, there's so many good buildings we could do. Look, we could do hydroponic farms for more food, but I think we've got our food stitched up with our other stations. They're still working on those damn hydroponic farms. I want to do the Nebula Refinery because at some point it's going to yield exotic gases as well as the minerals. So I'm going to cap that, and that's all we can do for now. We could do more solar panels, but we're just kind of like running out of alloy. I'm waiting for when the Rana system's done. We're going to move on to Tanubu there.
Construction complete.
All right, where was that at? Where are you at here? Fear no Spaceborne. Yeah. That's these guys. He's done with this project. Cool. I don't even know where to send him next. Right, the Conway's moving through here, building those up. Maybe we could send the Fear no Spaceborne down to Cybin. Because look, we have a lot of stuff to build down here. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to send them down to Cybin, and we're just going to move them there for now. Because obviously, well, yeah, we'll just move them there for now. But we will hopefully remember to get them developing all these stations. So that's pretty cool. Run that clock forward here. Oh, our fleet's finally getting back to Fu. And I just want to see, what fleet was this? This is the Stardust Corsairs. Are there any improvements we could use? Belt Manglers? Nah, Stardust Corsairs are new. We could have upgrades on the Mutinous Cutlass and the Belt Manglers. Probably the new fusion reactor we got. Fusion. Fission's breaking apart. Fusion's squishing them together. It's a fusion reactor. Here we go. Cloud and Strife. Industrial facilities have been built all over the outlets of the fungus-infested cave systems. Apart from filtering and regulating the spread of spores, these plants can also convert any excess spore clouds into useful exotic gases. The population growth is increased as the somewhat randy inhabitants of Wegmore Prime satisfy their urges more frequently. Whew. Problem solved. Which unfortunately also means that the level of violence and conflict is somewhat higher at Wegmore Prime. That's the price of progress. Oh my gosh. So add spore vents to Wegmore Prime. Gas plant engineer jobs plus 200. Plus 1 gas plant engineer job per 20 pops. The lesser evil modifier added. Happiness minus 5%. Pop growth speed plus 20%. I think it takes care of the crime altogether. This is fascinating. I don't think I've seen this one before. I'm going to pause
Complete.
because I want to go to Wegmore. Hold on. All right, what do we got going on here? Debris analyzed. Improved. Yeah. We did not get any more bonus to the mining drone lasers because we started that. I should have waited. Note to you folks, if you have more debris fields, hold off on your mining drone projects until you've done that, because I think it cost us 10% gains on that. Unfortunately, no big deal. Is what it is. Construction completed. Bones of a Dead Star. Awesome. Where are you at? Bones. Oh my gosh. All right, we're doing this, folks. We're pushing forward to Tanubu. To I don't even know how you say that. Move here. Tunobo. There you go. We need a total of 104 influence to get Tunobo and Unac. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Hauer system is good as well. It has 2 exotic gases. It's a good system, and it would lock off the cure for us. One thing at a time. We'll get Tunobo first, and then we'll decide if we go for the planet. We're probably going to go for that planet. I think a planet's worth more than some exotic gases. We can make an exotic gas refinery, folks. We want the planet. We really do want the planet. So they're moving there. We're at 31 of the 102 we need. Oh, that question mark. If we jump back here and we go to the Talacure and Hegemony, can we make an alliance with them? Improve relations, builds by networks, harm relations, offer trade deal, break defensive pact, break. A lot of pacts. Propose subjugation, asked to be their subject, recall embassy, declare war, form federation. We can't do that because we don't have the Federation code technology. Shit. I don't want. I want to keep improving our relationships. This is great, but I don't have more influence. I'm sure I want to get influence back, so we can make our claims better. Let's improve relations, though. We have Mad Baldessari. There we go. We're gonna have them improve relations, just because it won't hurt anything to do that. Yeah, it is what it is. Where are we at here? Yeah, it looks like they're battling those mining drones. We are surveying the system here. They're gonna move on to there. And realistically, I don't think they're neutral to us. We won't fight them. I think at this point we pull them back. I think we pull the fleet back now. I think we did as much as we could there. But once we formed relations, we can't just willy-nilly destroy their ships now without consequence. So I'm sure there was some consequence to destroying their ship earlier. But what are you going to do?
Construction complete.
Oh, very good. Letting that roll around. There we go. That fixed our food. So those are the 2 hydroponic bays. Done. Excellent. And neither of these are in nebulas, right? Edelmar is not a nebula, right? We don't see the nebula symbol. And Dwumgar, not a nebula. Usually you'll see like a little bluish gas haze. You see these blue patches? That's nebula. So Litrin here is also in a nebula. So listen, we actually have quite a few systems. Bivham, nebula. We can, at some point in the future, if we ever get up to like 10 stations, we could have nebula refinery stations where we're doing solar panels, nebula refineries, and hydroponic bays on all of these, and really generating a lot of minerals, exotic gases, food, and energy just from our stations. No jobs needed. That's a big brain way to get a lot of extra resources. So not bad. Yeah, we'll close those down. So the only thing we're really hurting on is our consumer goods. And I think we're looking pretty good where we want. Like, at least we have a lot of minerals, which we still need. Moderate amount of energy, moderate amount of plus food with good surpluses, so that's fine. We don't need to get it too tight. I would say we could use more priests, we could use more alloys, and we could use more consumer goods right now. So that is probably something we should look at on the next episode. Okay. Wegmore. Yeah, okay. Here we go. We're going to look at Wegmore and worry about the other shit next time. I'm curious. I got to see this here. Wegmore. Devastation 43% and hopefully Hopefully they can fix the devastation from just the catastrophe that happened here. here's the big problem right now is that the planet was only at 60% habitability to start with. So everything they're doing here is just completely hamstrung. I can see our population is growing pretty fast. Here we go. Lesser evil right there. Pop growth speed. And of course the mineral qualities. Not that we're doing mining here, but yeah, this is fascinating. Let's go into our economy. And here is the exotic plant engineer jobs. And up here, strategic resources. So without even inventing the strategic resource technology, we got access to it? Is that true? Did the event allow us to do that? Well, that begs the question. We're generating 2.31 exotic gases a month. This is really useful. Like, this is a great deal for us. Let's look at our jobs right now. We have tons of jobs available here. Artisan, gas refiner jobs, medical worker jobs, and colonist jobs. So we just want them to grow as much as possible. It's just the devastation is really hurting everything. So that sucks. I don't know how to repair devastation. I don't know there's a way to fix it. It's not telling me. Management, I don't know if it counts as, yeah. Now, there's no thing I'm seeing to do anything with it, unfortunately. Yeah, all right. It is what it is, but this begs one last question, though, when we jump out of here. Can we now harvest exotic gases out of the ether? No. Because we don't have exotic gas extraction technology. Or right here, exotic gases. We actually have quite a bit of access to exotic gas. There's a 2 there. There's 2 there if we get it at the Hauer system. We probably won't, though. We have access to volatile motes here, in here, which is not bad. Any other places with it? No. What we don't have is space nuts. Oh, and exotic gases here. Or, sorry, a volatile mote. So we have volatile motes in 3 spaces, exotic gases in 2 spaces in space, but we do not have rare crystals. We don't have space nuts. Shit. Oh, no. We may find them out in this unsurveyed branch. I hope so, folks. That is a rare resource we would want access to. Yeah. It is what it is. Okay, that's it for today. If you watched, thank you so much. So next time we are going to do what? Well, next time we are going to try and straighten out our consumer goods. And we're going to see about getting more alloys built up. We really got to push the alloys hard. And then, yeah, we'll remind ourselves that we are in a race to claim the Tanobo system and potentially the UNAC system, potentially the Hauer system. All that's going to happen next time. Take care.